Hi there, Loy Machedo. Speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay, in this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions about addiction. Okay, addiction, whatever addiction you might have. Now, remember, this is not medical advice, or this is not, I'm not a medical professional. So please consult a medical doctor or seek professional help if you have any kind of addictions. Okay, this is just me giving a very blanket kind of generic opinion about addictions, and yes, especially dealing with mine being specific on food. I love to eat food. I love to spend money and buy things. Okay, these are the two addictions I have, so I'll give you my thoughts on that. Okay, so let's start. See, we all have weaknesses, vices, and addictions. Stuff like there is smoking. People are addicted to smoking. Some smoke 3-4 packs. Some people like alcohol, drinking. Okay, there are levels of good, bad, ugly, whatever. Okay, extreme. Then there is serious ones like drugs. Then there is even nowadays porn. People addicted to porn, and people addicted to social media, and they can't stop scrolling. People are addicted to shopping. People, and the internet has made it such whereby whatever you like, they will give you more of it. Okay, and they'll give it very easy. So they want you to be addicted to your smartphone, whatever. Okay. Then there are other addictions like sex or whatever, and attention. I also had addiction to attention, which I managed to channelize. Okay, but two of the most difficult ones that I've faced is eating food. I love to eat food. I love food, especially sweets. Okay, delicious food and sweets. And the other one is spending money. I love buying new gadgets and toys, but that is not that extreme. Okay. So, how do I handle it? Now, thankfully, I never did smoking, never into it. Yay, because I saw the bad side at a very small age. I used to see people when smoking, they can't run. I was like, why do I want to put smoke and can't run? And when I tried it, I was like, ugh. Drinking also, I used to see people when they're drinking and they act all funny and not in control. I used to wonder why people are doing that. And when I tasted beer the first time, I didn't like the taste. It was not sweet. So thankfully, I never got in smoking and drinking. Okay. Then came sex. Okay, so when I was growing up, yes, girls, naturally I'd feel attracted to them. And yes, the first, kiss and smooch. And when obviously you get introduced to porn, you want to try different things. I think when my testosterone was high in a bodybuilding days, yes, I was addicted to girls, and I love the attention. It made me feel special. I thought that I was worth it because I had so many girls. Thankfully, I got out of it. I'm not so addicted to sex. Sex is more like a need, where today it's limited to once in 2 weeks or once a week. So I've been very, I think, very transparent about this. Okay, I'm not crazy about sex today at all. At all. For me, I love my work more. Okay. So the only, and thankfully, I don't do drugs. I don't do all that stuff. Attention, yeah, I love attention. And I have a channel whereby, with these tattoos and all that, I communicate. So the only addictions that I have, two serious ones, is one is spending money, which, many of you know how many gadgets and all that stuff I love to buy. I buy and then I get rid of it. I don't use it. Uh, that is one. But the most serious one is food. Okay. So I'll give you I'll give my thoughts about this. Now, with regards to spending money, I've done the biggest mistakes that I've done is at least in the last 5-6 years is dominations. That is that online strategy game. I've spent I think $15,000 on that game, upgrading and all that. Now, thankfully, I'm relaxed, calm, cool, and composed. I don't feel like spending any money. I do it for free. You have to wait for days to upgrade stuff and all that. But when I was mad about it, I was spending like crazy. And I remember in 1 hour, I spent $5,000. It was crazy. And that is where I realized I had a serious addiction to it. Never had for gambling and all that. So today, even when I want to buy something, one of the strategies I follow is if I want to buy something, I research about it and I give myself 1 week, 2 week, or even a month time. If I still feel I want to buy, I earn money, save money, earn money, and then I buy it. Okay. So that's how I operate. I don't take money from my savings. So I managed to control that a bit. Is it still there? Yes, it's there, and I'm very aware of it. My wife is aware of it. But given the fact that I generate the income and I make sure that I save the equal amount as extra savings. So if something is 1,000, I generate wealth of 2,000, then I spend the 1,000. Okay, so that part's sorted. But the one addiction that I think the biggest one is food. I've loved food right from the time I was a child. And my parents never understood that, or maybe they didn't want to give me food or whatever. They would keep food hidden from me. So I always lived in a land of scarcity. And whenever I'd get an opportunity, I would hog. So, and especially when tasty food was there, tasty food for us, we are a simple family, was like prawns and crabs. I would not eat one, I would eat 10. I would eat more than anybody else, and my mother would make sure she would give me less. So, and even nuts, grapes, chocolates, and all that were kept hidden for my stepbrother and not for me. So, as to when they would go to work, and I would dig in, and almonds and dry grapes and, small grapes and chocolates, I would hog that. Okay, but I'd hog in a way that I'd hope not, they would never catch me, but eventually they would know that I was doing that. So when I grew up in the sense, became financially independent, I could eat whatever I like, and I ate and I did exercise. And because of exercise, I used to eat more, and because moved into steroids, and I started eating, hogging like crazy. But like they say, no, everything that you do as an addiction or in excess will get back to you, whether it's smoking, drinking, whatever. In my case, I put on tremendous amount of weight with the steroids and all that, and it came to a point where I literally found it hard to breathe and walk without huffing and puffing. And then the complications of eating too much, feel constipated, bloated, and I had hemorrhoids and all that. Okay. Finally, when I realized after years of trying to yo-yo diets and yo-yo exercise, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, finally I went for a bariatric surgery where I could eat limited. I realized that's the only way for me to control it. But even after the bariatric surgery, I made it a habit to introduce food, sweets, and I started to gain weight again. And you saw my diet, finally, I went through it. Now, I've lost 15 kilos, you know that. And now I'm at lowest, I was at 68. Now I'm at 71. But now the addiction for food is coming back. Again, I like to eat sweets. See, I want to enjoy life. I don't want to suffer and not eat the good things in life. I definitely want to eat good food. I want to have donuts. I want to have my chocolates. I want to have my sweet bread. I want to have condensed milk. So I know that I will gain weight. And I'm very aware of it. I check my weight every day. And, if it's not possible to go ketogenic diet forever, it's not possible to never eat sweets forever. So the key is moderation, at least for me. And the key is awareness. Now, today, at age of 46, I can eat whatever I like, live the way I want, but I don't want to. And I think I want to respect myself as a guy who practices a little bit of self-control at least. So what I do now is intermittent fasting. Like I did the 3 months or where I did lose tremendous amount of weight, not eating sugar, sweets, condensed milk, all that. And now what I do is I practice intermittent fasting, but after my fast is over at 6 or whatever time, I eat protein and then I eat my sweets, drink my sweetened juice or bread with condensed milk. I eat the sugary stuff. Okay. And I'm enjoying life. Now, will I gain weight? Yes, I will gain weight. There's no doubt about it. And maybe if I reach at a certain level, then I'll say, okay, now I need to do it again for 1 month, discipline and lose weight. Maybe I'll do that. But the main thing is, one is realizing your addiction. I think that's the most important thing I learned. One is realizing addiction. Second one is not only being aware of it, but figuring it out how you can get it either in control or eliminate it completely. Like in my case, food is the only happiness that I have. When I eat food, I watch movies. That's the happiness it gives me. There's nothing else that gives me happiness. But smoking is, you don't need for survival. Drinking alcohol, no need for survival. Okay, so drugs, you don't need for survival, even weed. Those, get it out of your system. Unless you're doing it for medical reasons, weed, which is a different topic. Now comes to sex. Now, I'm not an expert on sex, but maybe you will have to definitely consult a professional. And I'll tell you that porn and sex is very serious, huh? Because I see some people, I mean, the madness that they have for the private parts of the members of the opposite sex, and the amount of content that they watch. And some people even do it for 3 hours. They keep masturbating for 3 hours. That's crazy, man. And you're talking people who are like 40, 50 years old. And that is where in some countries you have sex tourism. They call them sex pats. People who are 60, 70, 80 are coming to target younger girls. And then when you can't control it, it goes to even pedophilia, which is even more serious. So you need professional help over there. Okay, and I'm not a professional and I don't know how to address this issue, but you definitely will need. But for me, where food is concerned, I'm doing my best to be in control, being aware, taking professional help wherever, checking YouTube videos, reading articles, meeting people who practice this. And finally, I found out what works for me. So I think we all are a work in progress, whereby we need to figure out what our weaknesses are, what our strengths are, how we can control it, how we can master it, and how we can become better. And when you do find the solution at some point, I think it's a question of practicing. Because remember, every day is a new day. Every day you need to discipline yourself. Every day you need to work hard, and every day you need to bring a sense of moderation. I'm not asking or I'm not expecting anyone and everyone to be perfect. There are some people who achieve this perfection. I'm not one of them. But moderation is the key. Moderation is the key. And don't go out for exceptional examples. Oh, this guy smokes 10 packs a day. Nothing happens to him. I can also. No, he's not you. You're not him. So even with me, I've taken my health. I have figured out what are the solutions that work for me. I've taken some drastic measures, which I don't recommend for anyone, like the bariatric surgery. Um, and yes, now it's a matter of every day practicing discipline and working hard. Do I have days where I eat too much sugar? Like yesterday, day before yesterday, yes. Do I have days where I lose control? Yes. But then it's coming back. Okay, I failed. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying again. And that's how I am battling my food addiction, my addiction to food. And like I said, in terms of purchasing stuff, I generate income, and that is how I balance it out and I wait. So the struggle is real for all of us. We all have struggles. We all have our battles. And it's easy to let go and say, hell with it. I'll just smoke. I'll just drink. I'll do whatever. But I'll tell you, everything has a price to pay and everything will eventually catch up. So better face it and fight it before it's too late. Otherwise, one day, when you least expect it, it'll hit you like a ton of bricks. And I think by the time it'll be too late. Can be sex, getting caught, can be smoking, drinking, having a heart attack, or being hospitalized, or even death. My wife's father died weak heart because of smoking. So just suddenly. Remember, and at least quick death is better, but getting a stroke or paralysis, that's worse. So yeah, that's what I have to say with regards to this. Let me know your thoughts. How do you deal with addictions? How do you deal with your challenges, your problems? And what do you suggest? So I'd like to know your thoughts. And yeah, keep sharing and let's keep growing. Let's get better. Good, bad, ugly. Comment down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.